Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'm going to be doing a television show review. So the review I'm doing today is Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. So I'll be doing the review of Season 1 and Season 2, which just released. Season 1 originally released on September 18th, 2020, and Season 2 released on January 22nd, 2021. So the turnaround was really pretty fast. I believe that I read that the second season had already been completed before the first one was finished. This show stars Paul McKeel-Williams as Darius, Jenna Ortega as Brooklyn, and Ryan Potter as Kenji. So the first season of the show is set during and after the events of Jurassic World. So the whole premise is these kids were chosen to attend this experience called Camp Cretaceous, and there's like some camp counselors, and it's all about showing them the park and doing kind of like this insider thing. Then the events of Jurassic World happen, and they actually end up getting left on the island. So they have to fend for themselves in the hopes that help will be arriving soon. I was reading a quote from one of the executive producers, and it said that Season 2 is set 6 months before the opening scene of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So that's the scene where they are going to get the Indominus Rex DNA from the bones at the bottom of the lagoon that they have. The timeline isn't super clear in this, and how it relates to Season 1 is, I don't know how far away it is from Season 2 and all of that. So Season 2 is the kids, they're trying to figure out how they're going to get help. They go to the main street, which is now cleared out, and there are still dinosaurs and stuff there. And they realize that there is a emergency beacon somewhere on Main Street that they can activate to send a distress signal to whoever. And so they are searching for that, they find it, and all of a sudden this couple and their guide show up and are trying to, they're like, oh, we got your signal, let's help you. But they have other nefarious plans. That's kind of where I'm going to leave the synopsis of 2. Since it just came out, I want to make sure that everyone is able to watch it and not get too many spoilers. But one of the reasons why I wanted to do a review of the show is hardly anybody is talking about this show, and I think that it's really good. I think the animation might be something that is turning people off of it. It's probably made for a much younger demographic, but I think that the show adds a whole lot more to the Jurassic World experience. We get another story added on to Jurassic World, and we get to see behind the scenes at the park, which is something that I think is one of the things that the Jurassic Park and World franchise do the best, is show off these parks and how great they are. So we get more of that. But now let's get into the things that I liked about this show. And really, I love that the show doesn't pull any punches. It's pretty dark. Obviously, it's not as dark as like what a regular show or movie would be, but it is, there are stakes. People die. We've seen in the show people die. We see dinosaur attacks. I think that it's just really, really interesting that the show is made for a younger audience, but there are a lot of these really dark things. I also like that we get to see more of Isla Nublar and the park itself. One of the things that I like the best about the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movies are we get to see these parks, and the parks are usually kind of like afterthoughts, and I like that we get a more in-depth look at this park, and it's just a really fun kind of thing. And I mean, I would like to go to a park that looks like that. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to make a Jurassic Park. Obviously not with real dinosaurs, because we've seen like 6 movies about how bad it can be, but I think that they could do some really cool animatronic stuff and things like that. I also really like all the characters. I think that there's a lot of diversity in these characters. I really like how they all kind of were just like indifferent to each other or actively didn't like each other. But then through the course of the show, they get closer together. They have to rely on each other to survive. And we do get a really great little dinosaur character, Bumpy. He is one of the nice dinosaurs and is a little baby. And I really like him. I'm really surprised that they haven't tried to capitalize on the popularity of Bumpy. Well, I don't know how popular Bumpy is as a character. The two people that I know, myself and my friend who watched the show, are in love with Bumpy. We love Bumpy, and it's just, I'm surprised that they haven't tried to capitalize on that, because the only time I've seen Bumpy in a branded thing for Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is at Target, and it's in like a giant set that's like a lot of money, and it's only this like little tiny figure. Like, I want a Bumpy stuffed animal, essentially. Now let's get into the things that I don't like about this show, and really most of these are very minor. The first thing is the timeline. I think the timeline is very unclear. There's an event that happens in season 2 that is very bizarre, and I don't understand the logic behind it unless there was like a big timeline jump, and I think that makes it unclear of what the timeline on the show is. And then the only other thing that I was like, I don't understand the logic behind this too, is at the end of season 1 we see Roxy and Dave, who are the camp counselors. They are really upset and they're trying to get back to the island because they have these kids, they're in charge of these kids, and we don't get them at all in season 2, and it's like, where are they? I'm sure that they are still trying to get these kids, unless they believe that the kids have died or something like that. I'm not sure, but heck, I mean, if you have American kids that are lost somewhere, there is probably a search party out there looking for them, and I don't understand why it's taking so long for these kids to get found, especially since one of the kids is rich. His family is rich, Kenji, and then Brooklyn is an internet star, and it's like, okay, well, why isn't there more being done to try to save these kids? But overall, I think that is it for this review. You can stream this on Netflix, and the episodes it's very short. It's 8 episodes per season, and they're only about 24 minutes in length, so not too much at all. You could probably watch all of them, or at least a season in one sitting, and be fine. But that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, whether you like it or you don't like it, and why. And remember, if you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, please hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Bye.